Welcome to your LifeBook audio channel. I'm so excited that I get the opportunity to read to you from Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson's LifeBook, and it's part of the Optavia health program. My name is Christy Baker, and I am a certified independent Optavia coach. And today we're going to be looking at element 22, part 2. Before we dive into it, could you take just a quick second and push the like button as well as the subscribe one? That one just lets you know when the next video is coming out, and it also just pushes out this video to more people. And wouldn't it be nice for just to get that whole world healthy? That's our mission. All right, let's go ahead and get started today. We start on page 445, and there's a nice little chart where Dr. A talks about his own personal health journey, jumping on this continuum of this failure-success continuum, also corresponding with fulfillment and depression. And so it just talks about his life journey as he goes through that. And if you want to look at those details, like I said, that's on page 445. Let's start with the section titled Rewrite Your Story. So many people have written a story of how their life is, and they follow that routine like a playbook. They stay stuck and say everything is fine, which is the biggest lie people hide behind in their lives. You can either be a victim or you can become the dominant force in your life. Your LifeBook is guiding you along with your coach and the other parts of the Habits of Health transformational system over the next 12 months to create a very different story. One in which you build a new set of habits that leads you up the trail to optimal health and well-being. This year of transformation will allow you to truly organize and live your life the way that you want. Doesn't that sound amazing? Let's go a little bit deeper. What I have seen so many times is that someone really wants to work on their inside and align their goals with what matters most. They grow and they excel. I've seen them flourish in their occupations or leave them to find something brand new that aligns their heart and their head so that they'll be fully involved and satisfied, as well as no longer settling for less. Before we close and move on to focus on your mind, list some things that you can do right now to shift the alignment in your life so that you organize it around what matters most to you. Take just a second and reflect on that and jot those down in the notes in your phone. Here's another question for you to think about. How do we define fulfillment? Better yet, how do you define fulfillment? What are the 3 aspirations and intrinsic goals that you want? Most of us are familiar with the idea of reaching and setting goals for external things. However, it's important to ask yourself why you want what you do. Until you can honestly answer that question, you will be searching for true meaning and fulfillment. And when you find what really matters, it will directly satisfy a dynamic urge based on your most fundamental aspirations. Here's an example. Sam has a very intense job. According to his well-being chart, he's successful, but he misses spending time with his children. Sam's boss has a Porsche that he's thinking of trading in, and Sam knows that if he takes on an extra account and works weekends, he can afford to buy it. If I were Sam, I would ask myself, why do I want that particular car? If it's for status, he might want to think twice. Having a Porsche might bring him some happiness while he's driving it, and move him a couple points forward on the success line. But the long-term effect, less time with the kids, will bring his already poor fulfillment score even lower. After all, they can't even fit in that 2-seater. If you want a lot of external things, ask yourself why. Make sure that the reason is truly aligned with your fundamental aspirations and not just a short-term effect, in order to feel successful at the cost of your long-term goals. Knowing what's really going to fulfill us can be hard to figure out, especially for those of us who have been driven by today's success at all costs mentality. I recommend that you read Your Life as Art by Robert Fritz for a more detailed explanation of how to build the life that you want. But for now, I'd like to give you a few concrete ideas for enjoying some areas of life that are too often neglected in our drive for success. We'll take a look at that list in our next video. Thanks so much for joining me today.